Good evening. It's Cheryl at The Whole Bucket. Welcome to The Whole Bucket. Excuse my throat. I am posting really late and making this video really late. So let's see what happens. It is Defemmerember, your daily dose of ephemera inspiration in December. Yeah. And today is day 13 of Defemmerember, so it is acetate and banner day on the prompt list. And I have a problem that I'm going to try to solve with that prompt, those two prompts. But as always, we are going to choose day number 13 tea in our English tea shop advent calendar, and let's see what we're going to be making today. White tea with coconut and passion fruit. Ooh, this is a repeat. This is a repeat, and I loved this one. Coconut and passion fruit. So I'm a little excited to have this one again. I don't remember which cookie flavor it was paired with, but let me get that thrown in the teapot. Hot, hot, hot. Yikes. And I got a little tiny plate for my cookie today. And I'm going to do this without peeking too. So, oh, I had it open. Now I've closed it on myself. Okay, here goes. I'm going to peek. I'm going to not peek and pick a cookie. And hopefully it's, oh, okay. Well, I was going to say hopefully it's something that goes well with passion fruit and coconut. I'm not sure chocolate goes well with passion fruit and chocolate. I mean, coconut. Good grief. I apparently can't words today. Okay, so we'll have that at a drying time or toward the end, or you know, just after we've given the tea some time to steep. And now let me introduce you to the problem I'm going to be playing with a little bit for today's prompts. So this might look familiar to you if you also make junk journals. One of the things that we get a lot of is products that come in these acetate bags. So these acetate bags are, I don't even know where I have them all, but I have piles of them because I want to do something with them. Then I actually bought this particular size acetate bag for a product that I needed to bag up. And so I have a pile of those that need more than one use. And then there's these party gift bag thingies, or you know, cookie bags or whatever you want them to be, that you can get a giant pack of these from the Dollar Tree or something. And I don't know that these are acetate, but I think the same concept can work with this. So I might try this also. So here's what I want to do. A couple of things make these bags difficult. One of the things is that they have holes in them. One of the things can be that they, like this particular one in my hand, can look kind of dingy. They fingerprint easily. They get wrinkles easily if they're stored not quite right, which, you know, I do. I store them not quite right. So they get scratched and what have you. Another problem can be, oh, like this, for instance. Let's cover up the I won't cover up the store. It's Robin at 9 of Crones on Etsy. I bought something and I got this free sample of some stuff. I don't even remember what it was, but it was lovely. And I didn't want to show this because I don't want you to think Robin is the problem. 9 of Crones, Robin at 9 of Crones is not the problem. The problem is that labels don't always come off, and that's on any acetate bag that you might get. For instance, this. So sometimes they have tags, they have glue sticky to them, they have fingerprints and scratches, blah, blah, blah. But there's so many of them. And our garbage has has way too much plastic in it already. So let's figure out a way to use them up. That's enough of my ranting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a 2-inch strip and I think a 4-inch strip to start with of a heavy paper or a light cardstock. I don't know what this qualifies as. It's both if you ask me. Oh no, I want that piece, not this piece. Okay. Let's see. Let's set this aside for a second. So I'm going to take the 2-inch strip and I'm going to fold it in half, hot dog style. I really should score it. That would make it a lot easier, but whatever. This is just a trial. I'm just learning a new thing. Lots of experimenting during Defemember, isn't there? Lots and lots. Alright, so there we go. I've got this folded all the way down the hot dog way. And I'm going to do a similar fold on the bigger piece. Similar as in, this makes this piece about 1 inch wide now, and I want about a 1-inch fold on this piece as well. Or no, maybe I don't. I just want a 1-inch mark. Okay, one step at a time, guys. So this is my first bag, and this is my piece that I want to use to make a banner. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a little extra hangover right here. And I'm going to try to do about the same size overhang on this side. And wouldn't you know, I don't have any pencils at my desk anymore because I took them all to a different room. Let's use this thingy. So I'm just going to mark a spot where I'm going to cut that. And I will put it in the paper trimmer and cut it at the mark. And this is obviously not exact, right? Because I just sort of eyeballed it. But what I'm going to do now is take one of the cut edges and mark I'm going to mark the paper just to the inside edge of the bag on both sides. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm now going to cut a chunk out of this paper. So I'm going to take where I made that mark and I'm going to go almost all the way down to the fold line, and then I'm going to cut in. So I've cut a little tab here, but I have a little bit that's going to be folded over. That's like 1/8 of an inch or so. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. Again, this is not fancy, right? Because this part is actually not going to be seen in what I'm doing right now. There we go. And now, I'm going to go totally not fancy. This is just a demonstration of concept. So I'm not going for any really nice finished product here. I'm just trying to see if this prototype will even work. So I have this folded. I'm just rounding the edge. This is now my banner. And let's see, I am going to I think I'm going to leave the bottom edge, or what would be the open edge of this bag, sealed, and I'm going to cut off the other end with the hole in it. Because I want that hole covered. So I'm going to actually use my trimmer to get a nice clean cut on there. And there, I have a new opening for this bag, and the bottom is just going to stay sealed. So what I want to do for this banner is solve a first problem, is the prompts, acetate and banner. So I need a banner for the top of this bag. Now, here's another problem that I'm solving, and it's the reason I have this two-layered thingy here. The reason is because acetate is hard to make stick to anything and keep it stuck. And I don't do sewing in my journals. Not because I don't want to, just because I can't be fussed with my sewing machine. So I'm going to take a hole punch and cut a hole there, a hole here, and I should really use my smaller one. That makes more sense, but I have a hole there. So I'm just doing 3 holes across the top of this bag, and let me pull, they didn't cut all the way, so let me just pull the little, dots off. Okay, so why I did that is because here, now when I tuck this in the front of this acetate bag, yeah, I did the right side. When I did this, now I can take glue and put it down on the paper on this whole piece right here, and it will glue to the paper where the holes are. So what I've done is I've created a really good anchor. Oopsies. Uh-oh, my glue's dried up. Let's get rid of this dried up top. Okay. All right, so there we go. Now when this dries, this is going to hang on to the bag very well, crazy well. Okay, now I want to do a very similar concept to the back of this, which now begs the question, why didn't I just punch holes all the way through? Silly girl. So now I'm going to punch holes. I'll just do 2. I'm going to punch a hole here, and I'm going to punch a hole over here. And this time it's going to be a little bit different. Okay, well, yeah, I should have punched through all the layers at the same time, but like I said, this is just an idea. I have not worked out this design yet. So we're looking at prototype quality here. Prototype only, guys. Don't judge. Okay, so now I have this big long piece, 4 inches tall. I don't think I need it to be 4 inches tall. I think that's a little ridiculous. But I am going to score it this time, because this is proving more difficult to fold than I thought it would be. So I'm going to score it at 1 inch. And I'll score it over here too, if I can see my lines. There we go. Whoops, that didn't match up at all. Well, I did say prototype, right? Okay. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to fold this one. And I am going to measure this the same width as the banner piece, I guess. So it looks like about right here is where I cut. You know what? I know why I didn't fold it, because I didn't want it folded. Good grief. Okay, brain is just not functioning today. I'm just saying. This is why it took me so long to even get to making this video, isn't it? Because I'm just not doing so great today. So here's what I want to do with the next piece. I want to create an edge so that stuff put in this pocket will go in and out easily without ripping off the page or ripping the pocket. So I just want this piece to slide down as far as the banner or just under the banner depth so that it doesn't show up, is what the point is. There. So the reason I did this so tall like this is for a couple of reasons. Now if let me grab the book. Let me grab the book we've been putting everything in. Right now it looks kind of like a top hat, doesn't it? That's actually not a bad idea. Put a friendly face in here. You know what? I didn't remember to pull out my paper and animal today either. Wow. Wow, people. Wow. That's all I have to say. Okay, so let's just pretend that we're going to put this acetate bag on this page. And we have this banner on it. And we have this big extra space. Now, obviously, that's way too much extra. But the point of it is that I could maybe make it a little fluffy and have it sticking out the top of the book. Maybe it's a page marker of some sort, right? Or I can cut it off right at the top of the page or anywhere in between. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a fancy scissors and just cut it off to demonstrate my idea here. There, now it's got a fancy ruffled top to it. Now, because of the holes that I punched right here and right here, when I put glue on those two spots and put those down to a page, they will stick to that paper very well and hold that bag down. So I'll put glue on this whole piece and I'll put glue on those two dots, and this now will hold this bag down to any paper page that I decide to put it on. Let's find one to actually do it on. I don't like putting it on the fun tea dyed paper. I don't like to. I do like strengthening these though. This is, the packing paper pages are super lightweight. Super light. Whoa, that's the one with the fairy on. Aw, hey, I was going to show you guys what I did to the fairy. So I colored in her wings. You saw that part on the video. But then I gave her a gold glitter dress and gold glitter boots. And I gave her very long curly hair and a bow on her head. Let's see if we can get in closer to her and you can see some of that detail. There we go. So you see that she's still a silhouette, but she's got some sparkle. And then I did some stamping down here on the bottom that did not turn out great again. Imagine that. But again, concept book, idea book, so I don't forget things, right? So I'm okay with that. It doesn't have to turn out great to remain ideas for me. All right, I think I'm going to put this one right here. I like the brown on here and the brown repeated in the stenciling on the back of this page. So to demonstrate how this is going to work now, I will get some glue on these dots and then some glue on this flap right here. And we'll glue this right down to the page. Right down to the page. Okay. So, if I can find it quick, I'm going to pull out whatever animal I had for today and the paper for today and show you how this works and why I chose to do the things I did. But I have kind of messed up and buried all my stuff because I'm in the process of preparing to rearrange my art studio. Again. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I do it so much. Except I guess I kind of like to. Is this the page? Oh, this is the acetate banner page. Okay, so here is one of the original bags I was going to use. And this was the original thing I got the banner idea from. So this is one that just looks like fabric and hangs down, and I really want to do this idea, but I'm really bad at it. But what if I made a fabric type piece like this, where it could stretch across and then hang down the sides? I'm going to practice and see if I can figure that all out, but that is the end goal, right? But look at this. Now I have a nice clean opening for this super lightweight acetate pocket. So I think we're going to set this aside for a second, and I think we're going to use this side of this paper and make just a background. I'm going to use the whole card this time. I think all the other times I've cut it up. I think I'm going to use the whole thing this time though. So let's get some glue on this whole butterfly card. It's a bit like a specimen card, and it's a bit like a specimen window. So I'm kind of good with that. I did have somebody put in the comments that I need to have the wax paper when I do the gluing, and I do have wax paper and I have glue books, and I just don't do it. Oh, good grief. It's ridiculous, I tell you. Okay, I forgot to do edging. I wanted to do edging on the butterfly. I do want to do multi-layer though, and I'm just going to use the paper that I already have it glued on. I need a new fold line. About right there, I think, is going to give me a nice border. On the butterflies. And I'm going to glue this whole inside, because I don't need the blue side. And the other side I made light enough so that it can be written on. Once we double this up, it is definitely thick enough. I use a pretty heavy paper for printing on to begin with. I just like the feel of it, so my stuff in my books are made on pretty thick paper. All right, there we go. Now let's pull the trimmer back and trim this down. Excuse me, my throat is just bad today. Okay, let's do it right here first. And I think I usually just use the guide on my trimmer. It has a bunch of different lines on it, so I'll just choose a line to use, and that's what I'll use all the way around when I trim things. I don't necessarily measure. I think I'm going to leave that side. The thing I learned ages and ages ago about framing is that the bottom of the frame can be wider than the rest, than the other three. I don't know why that is, and I don't know if that's still true, but or I don't know if it was ever true, but it was something I was taught by an art teacher once upon a time. I don't know if it's true at all. Okay, let's trim the corners on this. And then I am going to get out a color, and we will edge this. Let's grab a color, and it is the first color, and it's ground espresso. It is quite appropriate. I'm doing that same thing that I always do, where I am just leaning in a little bit on that edge to get a little bit of messiness, a little bit of grunginess, but not too much. And then I'm going to go on the cut edge directly. And then we're going to turn it around and do it tipped in a little bit on the back too. All right, there we go. Definitely lots of journaling space, pretty butterflies, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I could certainly add more to this journaling card, and I probably would. Were it going into a journal of some sort, it would probably end up being further decorated, but for right now I don't need it. For right now I just want to get these butterflies in their pocket. Look at that. Now, the part I do want to decorate further is this banner. So a problem I'm having with the banner right off the bat is that I did not edge any of the pieces, and I really should have, because let me get some edging just across this top so you can see. If you have edging on the pieces, right, you can see where the pocket opens. So that's one thing I would change, is I would do more edging around this piece, and that top piece for that matter. Now, this is a fabulous place for embellishing to match whatever your journal is all about. I have some sentiment pieces over here beside me, but of course I don't see them. Because, as I mentioned, I am moving everything. It's gonna be ridiculous. I'm actually not going to do the big part of this project until after Christmas, because Defemember goes to December 25th. Intense. These butterflies are not intense. They are not. I will write my own sentiment and put it on there. Let's just grab another piece of the paper that we're gonna the paper that I'm using. And let me grab the trimmer. So I'm going to do it about 3/4 of an inch because that fold is 1 inch. So we'll go like this. Well, okay, if I can get it to line up properly. Okay. And then I don't really want a blue pen. I wonder if I can do this in this marker and have it show up all right. We're going to try this. Oh, so much experimenting today. And look at this, where it's folded and glued already is a nice length. So we're going to keep that. And it's only partially glued, so I'm going to glue it the rest of the way. We're going to have a nice sturdy banner piece right here. And what should I say on here? I don't know what to say on here. I'm going to say flutter by, butterfly. I need a harder surface to write on though. Let's pull the paper trimmer back. There we go. And let's see if this is going to work. Oh, I think no. Look at that. This pen is not working much at all anymore. It's tired. Oh, rats and cats. I loved this pen. I loved it very much. Let's try a gold ink pen. And then I'm just going to say flutter by because this is a way fatter pen. And it's also running out of ink. Wow, this is not good, guys. All my stuff is just running out. Let's find my gel pens. We'll just flip that right over and we'll pull out some gel pens and we'll find a color that matches our butterflies. So there is some lovely blue in there. I don't have a nice orange, so I don't want to do the orange because I lied. I'm going to do orange. Oh, I'm so daring these days, I tell ya. I'm living in my color discomfort zone. Flutter. Bye. Okay, that's ridiculous. All right, let's make it a little easier to read and a little fatter. I didn't leave enough room for the Y. And I think I need another loop in the Y. Now it looks ridiculous. flutter by. Let's make that a little fatter right there. Make this a little fatter right here. Let's make this a little fatter and this a little fatter so we can really see the glitter in this orange. Otherwise, what good is the glitter, right? And then I'm going to round the edges the same as on the banner. So I'm actually going to end up chopping some of the stuff off. What a bummer. I did not think that through or measure very well. COVID is still kind of kicking my butt. That's my excuse today, though. Like, other days, it'll be other things. I don't know if you know what this means, but if you do, I'm just saying I'm a zebra. If you are also a zebra, welcome co-zebras or fellow zebras. And it causes brain fog. And my brain fog is significant. And you will notice a lot of times I have problems with words and thought processes. And I mean, honestly, it's amazing I ever get anything done. But I think that might be the real reason I'm having such trouble today, more so than continued COVID recovery. So I'm going to outline that. Okay. And now, what are we going to do with this? We're going to create this little banner, right? Put some glue on here and put this across here. So a sentiment would be a good thing to put across the top of a banner. Okay. And then I have this looking like a silly top hat. There is no reason you have to make yours look like a silly top hat. This is supposed to just show that it can be decorated above the bag as well. And I'm not really sure what to put up there to take away from the silliness I've created. I think it's going to look silly no matter what I do, to be honest, because I didn't mean to create this hat, but I did. And I don't know what to do about it now. I don't know what to do. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's too fat and chunky and doesn't look right anyway. Okay, I think I'm actually going to end the video right here. No, I'm not. I'm going to try the tea and make sure this is the tea I liked. But I am not going to do any more videoing. I will make some more of these bags. I will make them better and fancier and prettier. And I will show them whenever I do that. Possibly at the beginning of tomorrow's video. If I actually get some more of them done and looking better and decorated better. But the idea book now has one in it. And I'm actually really happy with the concept. Super happy with the concept. Because getting those acetate bags to function, easily function in a book, and getting them to adhere to anything is quite difficult. So let's pour a little glass of tea. And there is my closing shot, tea and cookies. Oh, yep, I was right. That's a good one. So what is that again? Passion fruit and coconut. White tea with passion fruit and coconut. So delicious. Let's see if it's good with a chocolate cookie though. I mean, I have doubts. I have doubts that a chocolate macaron is the right pairing. Okay. Okay. It's not bad. It's not a great pairing. It's not a bad pairing. But, gosh, if you run into this, white tea, passion fruit, and coconut, just lovely. Absolutely just lovely. So, sorry for all the brain issues today. I will be back tomorrow and hopefully functioning better. But I did it. I got the video out and I made a product that I'm happy to develop further. I hope you give it a try too. It looks like it's going to be a good one. All right, good night. See you tomorrow.